Hello educators, this is Marie Henderson. In this video we're going to look at using a Wakelet to create self-paced learning opportunities for your students, or in my case I use them to deliver professional learning. And so I'm back here in the edit mode for this Wakelet, and I can click on the plus sign and select add text, and then I can give some instructions to my students, and then whether they're with me in the classroom or learning on their own, they'll be able to complete the tasks and use the resources I've designed for them to master the learning objectives for my lesson. And so I might type something like, read this article below and use PDF below it to reflect on your learning. And then I can use all of these formatting tools as needed to format my text, including the header 1 and header 2 buttons, which give you two different looks for headings. And then if you're so inclined, you can embed a link right here in your text box as well. And so instead of adding the PDF below, you could actually link it right here to the acronym PDF. Totally up to you. And so then we'll click done, and we can move down the Wakelet, adding additional text boxes with instructions for learning. It's also a great way to incorporate choice in your classroom by adding several resources or several different ways that students can master your learning objectives just by adding specialized instructions here between your resources. So now let's get that content to our students. At the very least, if you're going to share a Wakelet with your students, you need to make that Wakelet unlisted, but you could also make it public. If you'd like for other teachers of your grade band or content area to be able to access your collection, making it public is a great way to share it as a resource. And then if we click done here at the top right, we can use the buttons on our collaboration toolbar to add users in the appropriate way. And so if we want someone to add content or to respond to our content right here on our Wakelet, we can click to invite them. This button used to say contributors. And so here at the top it still says that we can invite contributors, and you can send this code as a link or a code or a QR code to your students or colleagues so that they can contribute content to your Wakelet. And that can be as simple as them adding links to resources they find, or if your students are responding to questions that you post in your Wakelet, they can also add an item and select text and type right in the text box, just like I did a moment ago when I showed you how to add a text box where I typed instructions, but instead I could have posed a question, and then my student contributors could add a text box and type a response to that question. Please note that contributors can't edit the owner's items or another contributor's items, but can only add their own items. With the code that you see here, it's very easy when a student goes to wakelet.com to simply click to enter the code, and then they'll become a contributor on your Wakelet without even making an account. And depending on the age of your student, that may be the easiest way to get them up and running. You can also add contributors by name or email, but the person needs a Wakelet account in order to use that feature. And then later, if you decide that someone can no longer contribute to your Wakelet or should no longer have editing access to your Wakelet, you can come here to manage contributors and you'll be able to remove someone if need be. So I'm going to close this menu. You saw in my previous video how I turned on the copy feature, which is great not only for others but for you as the teacher, because if you need different learning opportunities for different groups of students, but the same general structure or the same general content, but possibly with different instructions, you can quickly make a copy of your Wakelet by clicking copy and then making basic changes before inviting contributors or sharing your Wakelet. Which brings us to sharing our Wakelet. If your students don't need to add content, but will simply use your Wakelet at their own pace to gather new knowledge, you can use this link. You can export your Wakelet as a PDF. You can embed it on a website or in your learning management system, such as Canvas, or you can use one of these great tools to get it out to others, and they will have a view-only access to your Wakelet, still being able to read documents that you've added or watch videos, to access the web content that you've included, but not to have any editing options. I hope once you get started that you'll quickly see that there are endless possibilities for sharing and learning with Wakelet. As always, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks, and have a great day.